Okay, hey, it's Rod again. I'm back. I'm co-owner of the Photo Fair camera shows in Newark, California and Portland, Oregon. I want to talk today about a couple of clever things you can do with some old school lenses. I've got a Russian Jupiter 50mm f2 lens here. Also have an old school Zeiss Jena lens, Tessar 2850. Couple of 50mm lenses that you can use on mirrorless bodies like this Canon EOS M5, Sony A series, Sony A7R, Sony A6500, 6000 series, any of the Micro Four Thirds cameras that are out there via the use of a variety of adapters. The cool thing about the Tessar here is this is made for an Exacta, so you can also use this on some DSLRs like a Canon DSLR. It'll work on that. Maybe a Nikon with the appropriate adapter as well. So these cover full frame, both of them. This was a rangefinder lens. This old Jupiter was designed originally for a Russian Zorky camera, and it'll work on thread mount Leicas and Canons as well, because it utilizes that same Leica mount. So anyway, these are fun old lenses. These are not razor sharp lenses. Particularly the Russian Jupiter. It's not a terribly sharp lens. It's not terribly unsharp either. Contrast is a little flat, but it has a real dreamy bokeh, which is really nice. And the contrast is a little flat, but it makes some really interesting photos. Photos that right in raw format, you're looking at them and they have some really neat effects that you might spend hours in Lightroom trying to get a modern lens to look like this. So kind of fun. The Tessar, originally set up for an Exacta, this guy is actually pretty sharp. From just sharpness, it's a Tessar, a 52.8 Tessar. It's hard not to be sharp with that lens design. But again, similar problems to the old Russian lens. The contrast is really flat, colors are muted. Nothing you can't fix in Photoshop or Lightroom or any other program like that. The issue with the Tessar, it is multi-coated, but it's still, you get any light coming in from the side or behind your subject and it just goes really flat. It really loses it. I was surprised because it has a pretty late version of the multi-coating on there. So obviously behind the Iron Curtain they weren't making lens coatings as good as they were on the west side of Germany after World War II. So pretty cool stuff. You can have a lot of fun with these old lenses, these old vintage lenses on modern cameras. And heck, you can even shoot these lenses on old film cameras if you want as well. So I'm going to come around and show you this one here. This is the... Alright, so here's the Jupiter 50 f2. So this is kind of like a Russian Summicron here. And I'll pop that cap off the back so you can kind of see the diaphragm on this one. Also very round, lots of blades, curved. The bokeh on this lens is really nice, even when you stop it down a little bit. It is a multi-coated lens, but like the Zeiss over there, its coatings are kind of, I mean, they look pretty decent, but they don't really do too well. This lens tends to have trouble with any kind of side lighting or anything that a modern lens would control well. But you know what I really like about this lens is look at that chromy finish. I mean, it's like it's got some bling going on there. You know, fun lens. Here, the reason I'm talking about these is that both of these lenses sell for about $50. You can find them online on, eBay. You can find tables full of lenses like this at Photo Fair. We've got one coming up June 3rd in Newark, California. Got one coming up in the fall in Portland. And you can just see table after table of old school lenses like this that'll, with the proper adapter, probably fit on your modern digital camera. You can hold them, see them, touch them. It's kind of fun. But you can also pick these things up on like eBay and so on. KEH Outlet sometimes carries some of these types of lenses. Maybe not the Jupiter, but some old Leica lenses and old Canon rangefinder lenses. But they look great. They're real small and compact. It's really a lot of fun. So the Zeiss lens right here, this is the Tessar 50 millimeter 2.8, and you can see that it's really small. Okay, tiny little itty bitty thing here. This one's in, decent shape. The focus is really, really sloppy on this one. But take a look, if I can show you here. Okay, so we've got it kind of lined up here. But look at that diaphragm. It's nearly perfectly round all the way down. So you get great bokeh at kind of almost any f-stop with this guy. There's no click stops here, so it's kind of cine style, just move it freely like that. Focus is real sloppy on this one. You can see it's multi-coated, but like I said, the contrast and the flare on this guy are sketchy. But it's razor sharp. There's no problem with the sharpness on this lens at all. Like I said, the Tessar, you make a modestly fast, a 2.8 50 with a Tessar design, and it can't not be sharp. So it's just the way it is. This exact amount here.